Good evening, sir. Sir, it's such a pleasure to have you here. And can you just tell us what was your experience in this conference?
So I've really had a good time. There's been so much energy in the room, and I've been so impressed that even after so many hours, there's still so many people alert, awake, actually asking questions. I think you've picked your speakers extremely well. I think there's been a whole lot of cross-disciplinary this thing, which I find impressive. You've had doctors, fairly senior doctors. I was very impressed that you had medical students. You had a lot of programmers, incubators, accelerators. So very, very impressive. So that wasn't the impression I had of Hyderabad before coming here. So to that extent, I think, that's definitely changed. The one little thing I would like to suggest is you need to use social media more actively, especially for the audience. So you should encourage all audience members. This is the Twitter handle. This is the hashtag for this particular conference. Please tweet. You should actually have a Twitter wall, and you should offer prizes for, maybe the best tweets or whatever else. I think it just becomes a lot more interactive. So I'll tell you one thing which disappoints me. You guys have put in a lot of time and effort, and you've organized this flawlessly. Someone picked me up at the airport, came, all that was brilliant. But the trouble is when you restrict it to a hall, there are 200, 300 people. I think we're not doing a very good job with making sure that the message gets across to the rest of the country. And I think that I find a little disappointing. We need to be able to use digital media more effectively. So if someone is given a talk, how do you do a video? How do you do the slide presentation? How do you upload on SlideShare? How do you chop it up? How do you slice it so that people will want to watch? I think those are the opportunities, because we do a lot of stuff, but the rest of the world, forget about the rest of the world. Even the rest of India doesn't know what's happening. And I think that's a huge opportunity which we're missing on. So I think if you did that, that's great. But otherwise, full marks. I had a lot of fun, and thank you so much for inviting me and hosting me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Really, we'll work on that in the next conference for sure. Another small thing, sir. Some advices which you would like to give to our young minds, to the young entrepreneurs here.
Happy to do that. I think you need to understand as a young entrepreneur that your major advantage is that you're young. This is the stage in your life where you can easily afford to take risks without having a long-term impact. People measure success and failure, I think, very badly. It's like, oh, did I get $1 million? Did I make a lot of money? And I think that makes no sense when you're 20 or you're 25, because you have the rest of your life to be able to do some of that. But I think starting off in a startup, either starting your own or joining and someone else's startup, teaches you so much about yourself and so much about the world that I think it's like, MBA, which you're actually getting paid to do, and you're learning so much in the process. So I would encourage people, take those chances. India is a growth story. You're not going to see this anywhere else in the world. So especially people who are Indian, who are in India, this gives you the right to win, because you can come up with solutions which are uniquely Indian for Indian problems. Because what does someone in Silicon Valley understand about the problems which a patient in Hyderabad has? And the great thing is our domestic market is so huge that you don't even need to worry. So, I wish I were young. I'm not, so therefore I guess do this second hand as an angel investor. But I think entrepreneurs really have a huge opportunity, and they should take those risks, definitely. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your insightful thoughts. Thank you.